alive, and I guess if I'm not a VTuber, I'm just an idiot. Indeed. That's what I am. I'm an European idiot. Trademarked by me. Oh man. The fuck are you guys doing in meme channel? Oh god. The fuck is this?
We do not care.
Ender? Snapper? What the fuck is this? Snapper, you're gonna... I don't even want to show this. What am I looking at? Oh, Ender's being silly again. It's Snapper this time. Ender just joined in on it. So, I gotta educate my son, I guess. Guess I'll just time him out, I guess. What? Hold on, how do you do that again? Ah, there we go. Time out. 10 minutes. Time out. He needs a break. He needs a break. If you die, can you live? Well, can you live if you die? That is the question we're trying to answer. All right. Enough with that. Oh my god. So, what I want to do is familiarize myself with the Russian history. Communist history. At least mine is safe. What the fuck you mean? Did I say nobody came? No. But nobody came. Goddamn. Yeah. Today I really just wanted to see what happened, how communism took over Russia, you know, how exactly they did that. Or do we look at China? How China got overtaken by communism? My meme is safe, yes. Oh, prepare for depression and the Soviets coping real hard. Oh. Yes, yes, indeed. I have no idea where to start. I have no idea where to start. Absolutely not. Hold on. JK, the VTuber space would be much healthier if people would stop acting like we are in high school and just straight up tell a person they got hurt or whatever rather than talking behind their back and spreading stuff like a virus. It's normal to get hurt. It's valid, and I have been hurt by close friends as well, but whenever that happened, I talked with them and we solved the issue, and I love my friends still regardless what happens because we talked it out like adults, but all the childish behavior by grown-ass adults, bringing stuff out in public, recording calls, creating docs, Google Dockies, and so forth and so on, is just giving me the ick and make me want to avoid you so I don't end up in such a situation myself. So rather bringing out stuff in public and making people want to avoid befriending you, try solving some stuff in private, and if it doesn't work out, maybe move on and take distance. Of course, it depends on the context, SA and pedo stuff. What the hell is this? The Russo-Japanese War and the ship Aurora, whose crew later joined with the Bolsheviks. Oh, what the? Starminen, 23, thank you for the kick follow. Welcome in the kick chat. That's a good starting point. All right, let's go there. We don't like communism. We like Germany. Germany is gonna become communism, I believe. at some point. I hope not. It'd be fucking bad. It'd be fucking terrible. But again, it might happen. Ah, man. What the hell? Literally a million things could be solved if people just talk shit out. Every time I'm like, have you talked to them about this? No. I want to hit my head with a brick. Huh. What is... This is Vexoria. Oh! Thank you, and... I don't think they're mini though. God damn! Those are some nice pair of jugs. I think Kick died. Kick died? The fuck you mean Kick died? What? No, nothing died. Huh? Kick's still working? Kick's still kicking? The hell? No. Kick is still kicking. Kick stream is kill. No? Yeah, I see it. I have it in front of me, my guy. Huh? The hell's going on? What the fuck is going on? I don't know. You know, whatever. Whatever. Alright, you told me, oh, prepare for the Russo-Japanese War. Okay. The Russo-Japanese War. No, not Wikipedia. Fuck Wikipedia. All my homies hate Wikipedia. What the fuck is going on? It literally died for me. I'll chalk it up to the ISP being stupid. Probably just needed a a tab refresh or something. I don't know. Probably nothing too difficult. Can you not see the amazing dot art? Dot art? Where? 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 I don't see it anywhere. It's not in the Discord channel either. No, I cannot, Salty. I'm sorry, I can't. Oh. Maybe don't put a swastika in my chat, huh? maybe don't do that. Russo-Japanese War causes summary maps. Okay. That seems okay. Reject all. Bruh. Man, I put 5. Is it 20% off? Yes. I take 5. No. But what caused the Russo-Japanese War? Who won the Russo-Japanese War? Where was the Russo-Japanese War fought? Stuff like that, huh? Alright, now that I've... Alright. Let's get into this. Hold on, before I switch anything, is there anything that will give away where I live? No? Alright. There we go. Alright. History lessons with the Mumi. Okay, alright. Russo-Japanese War, 1904 till 1905. Military conflict in which a victorious Japan forced Russia to abandon its expansionist policy in East Asia, thereby becoming the first Asian power in modern times to defeat a European power. Origins of the Russo-Japanese War. By the early 17th century, Russia had established its authority over all of Siberia, but its attempts to move southward were consistently blocked by China. Fully engaged in Western Europe and against Turkey during the 18th century, Russia could not press its interests in East Asia as the settlement of Siberia developed. However, it realized its need for outlets to the sea, and because China continued to deny it access to the Amur region, it resorted to force towards the end of the reign of Emperor Nicholas I, 1825 till 1855. I doubt he lived over 100 years, so yeah, 25 years. I will be deranged assisting adjunct professor chiming in from the sidelines. Yes, thank you very much. Please correct me if I have anything wrong. In the 1850s, Russian towns and settlements appeared along the left bank of the Amur. Halong River, the Chinese government made repeated protests, but because of its ongoing struggle against Great Britain and France and the internal turmoil of Taiping Rebellion, was unable to resist Russian pressure. Finally, by the Treaty of Aigun, 1858, confirmed by the Beijing Convention, 1860, China ceded to Russia all the territory north of Amur, together with the maritime region east of the Vushuli River, from the mouth of the Amur to the boundary of Korea. This included the splendid site where Vladivostok was soon to be founded. Russia's expansionist policy was now alarming other European powers. However, in 1861, Great Britain thwarted a Russian attempt to establish a naval base on the island of Tsushima, lying in between Korea and Japan. For the next 30 years, Russia was content to consolidate its gains. Well, the last one did not work, but something more on what we are talking about. Oh my gosh. Please, no, stop! Salty, stop that shit! Stop! Don't have that in my fucking chat. I swear to God, hold on. Salty, please stop glowing. Please stop glowing. You get timeout. You get timed out from Twitch. You get timed out from YouTube. Salty, please don't do that shit. We had this. We had this once. We had this conversation. Salty. Salty, please. During this time, the great powers were turning nations into puppet states to gain influence and establish itself as a major power. Ah, I see. Let's go back here. Oh, hold on. Just there we go. The reign of Emperor Alexander III, 1881 to 1894, witnessed a revival of interest in the development of Asian parts of the Russian Empire. In 1891, Alexander sent his son, soon to reign as Nicholas II, on a much publicized tour of East Asia, and at this time work began on the Trans-Siberian Railway after the accession of Nicholas II. Ascension. Isn't this supposed to be ascension? Because he ascended the throne? Anyway, after the ascension of Nicholas II in 1894, Russian expansionist policy became more active and pronounced. However, the outbreak of the First Sino-Japanese War in that year demonstrated that Japan was an ascendant new power in Asia. Ooh. The emergence of Japan. The transformation of Japan from an isolationist feudal state into a vigorous modern power had begun in 1868. With the demise of the Tokugawa shogunate and the restoration of the Meiji Emperor, the reforms of that era had been carried through with such dramatic speed that within a quarter of a century, Japan was ready to assert itself against China. Although the rulers of Qing dynasty controlled a vast empire, China centered the later half of the 19th century fighting a losing battle against European encroachment and weakened by internal corruption. Oh, this I believe would all have also been happening during the United States-owned Civil War, Russia using its influence to pressure France and Britain into staying out of that crapshoot. Damn. Okay. In its foreign policy, Japan aimed first at extending its authority into Korea, a state which China had long claimed serenity. Its struggle with China for predominance in Korea gave rise to several crises, and finally, in 1894, to war. Japan, with its modernized army and navy, at once won a series of striking victories against the Chinese, who in the Treaty of Shimonoseki, April 17th, 1895, ceded to Japan the Kwantung Liaodong Peninsula, on which Port Arthur, now Dalian, stands together with Formosa, Taiwan, and the Pesadores, Penghu Islands, and agreed to pay a heavy indemnity. So they're basically taxes. the way I am understanding this. Tribute is a more apt word, I believe. This display of Japanese power and its decisive victory over China threatened to close the door on Russia in East Asia, and it made conflict between Russia and Japan inevitable. The Russian government was quick to react to the Treaty of Shimonoseki on the initiative of Nicholas II. Russia, Germany, and France conducted the so-called Triple Intervention, compelling Japan to give up its territorial gains in return for an increased indemnity. So, more tribute, basically. Nicholas, guided by Sergei Yulevich, Count Witt, his Minister of Communications and Finance, at once obtained a loan for China, enabling it to pay the large indemnity to Japan. In 1896, Russia concluded an alliance with China against Japan, guaranteeing the integrity of Chinese territory under the terms of this alliance. Russia also obtained the right to lay the eastern section of the Trans-Siberian Railway across Manchuria by way of Harbin to Vladivostok, to extend a branch line from Harbin to Mukden, now Shenyang and Dalian, and to administer and patrol with Russian troops a strip of territory on either side of the railway. European colonialism in China. Hold on. Yeah, Japan's rapid industrialization and modernization kind of made it the exception, as usually heavily unindustrialized and military modernized for a time kind of got turned into mass exporters of raw materials to the developed nations. Yup. They focused on themselves. From being a shut-in, they went to being an extrovert, basically, with the change of power as soon as the reigning shogun died, I believe. I know a little bit about the history, but not too much. It was the change of power. Why, yes, I am a history nerd. How could you tell? No, it's fine. I like history nerds. It's fun to listen to them most of the time. Like talking to them about the weapons of those times. Though I don't know much about the Japanese history in weapon manufacturing. It was more the Dark Age stuff, right? Like, European style swords and stuff. But yeah. An era of European rivalry had now begun in East Asia. German Emperor William II, during a visit to Russia in 1897, secured the support of his cousin Nicholas II for the German annexation of Kiachao, now Qingdao. Subsequently, Nicholas II himself decided to seize Port Arthur, in spite of his own guarantees of the integrity of Chinese territory and over the strong objections of his minister Witt. which nevertheless managed to win Chinese agreement to a lease of Port Arthur for 25 years. April 8, 1898, Russia thus entered into the occupation of the Kwantung Peninsula, from which only 3 years earlier it had excluded Japan. Oh. So just 3 years earlier they excluded Japan, and now Russia is like coming in. Okay. The seizure of Chinese territory by German and Russia was followed by British demands for Weihai and French claims on Guangzhou, now Guangzhou. Excuse me. The response to the steady erosion of Chinese sovereignty was the Boxer Rebellion, 1899 to 1900, an official sanctioned peasant uprising against foreigners. Japan and the European powers intervened to suppress the revolt, and Russia used the rebellion as an excuse to pour troops into Manchuria. From there, it planned to invade Korea, the independence of which had been guaranteed by Japan since the Treaty of Shimonoseki. As Japan prepared to assert its power in East Asia, it built a modern and efficient army and navy. As a result of its recruiting law of 1896, by January 1904, its frontline army numbered 270,000 highly trained troops, although its reserve amounted only to some 200,000 men. Japan had gained a distinct advantage over Russia in East Asia, including all patrols on the Manchurian railways and the small garrison at Port Arthur and Vladivostok. Russia had only some 80,000 troops in the region. At the other end of the Trans-Siberian Railway, however, it had almost overwhelming manpower available, as the peacetime strength of the Russian army was approximately 1 million men. The Japanese, of course, entertained no thought of attacking Russia itself, but were concerned wholly with winning an early and decisive victory that would securely establish their hegemony in East Asia. In this strategy, they were counting on the Trans-Siberian Railway to provide inadequate to the task of bringing up timely Russian reinforcements, and their miscalculation on this score might have involved them in disaster. I believe there was one Admiral Makarov was sent because of the unfortunate and abrupt death of another independent admiral. Competent admirals are rare in the Russian Navy, a trait that hasn't changed even today. We'll see him and his cursed voyage soon. God damn. Russian policy in East Asia. Salty go brr. Welcome back, Salty. This time please don't do some weird shit like that. The Russian government was confused and unrealistic in its policy leading up to the war with Japan, and indeed in the conduct of the war itself. This fact, combined with the ineffective leadership of its troops, was more than any other factor responsible for its defeat. Is this supposed to be generation? No, I don't know. Alexei Kuropatkin, Nicholas II's Minister of War, had watched with anxiety the growth of Japanese armed strength, realizing that Japan had gained preponderance in East Asia. In the summer of 1903, he recommended that Russia should abandon its projects in Manchuria and restore Port Arthur to China in return for concessions in the Vladivostok region. His proposals were accepted, but extremists at the imperial court and the powerful commercial interest behind the Russian expansionist movement in East Asia nullified Kuropatkin's policy. Meanwhile, nothing was done to strengthen Russian forces, and the Russian government simply ignored Japan's preparations and obvious intentions. What dumbasses. General. That probably is supposed to be shorthand for general. Ah, okay. General Alexei Kuropatkin. Okay. All right. Got it. Thank you very much. So bro was like, hey yo, look what they're doing. He's basically fucking Kirsche. She's like, look what they're doing. It's so obvious. And then it happens and everyone's like, why? How could this happen? Bro is the exact same. Bro is like, look at Japan. They're prepared for war against us. We should do something. Something. And the fucking greedy merchants in Russia were like, nah, bro, we need more money. God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. The outbreak of war on the night of February 8th or 9th, 1904, without a declaration of war, the main Japanese fleet, under the command of Admiral Togo Haihachiro, took the Russian squadron at Port Arthur by surprise, inflicting serious losses and imposing a blockade on the harbor. Admiral Yevgeny Alexeyev was Viceroy and first commander-in-chief of the Russian forces in East Asia. Alexeyev, though a favorite of the emperor, possessed questionable judgment, and he gave the demoralizing order that the navy was not to risk proceeding to sea. When Admiral Stepan Osipovich Makarov, a brave and able officer, assumed command of the navy, he took his ships to sea daily and seriously harassed the Japanese fleet. Unfortunately for the Russian military effort, Makarov was killed on April 13th, barely 2 months into the war, when his flagship Petropavlovsk struck a mine and sank. The Russian squadron was thereafter kept in harbor for months, while the Japanese fleet lay off Port Arthur unchallenged. Thus, the Japanese fleet, although about equal in strength to the Russian Far Eastern Fleet, kept the enemy fleet divided and confined in Port Arthur and Vladivostok. It's worse. I think multiple hold on. Why kill when you can kill? Competent officers being drowned out in a sea of Roby Starbucks. Yeah, true. See? Cursed. Indeed. Aw, man! Bro was doing something, right? The other guy, questionable decision to not go out onto the sea as a, you know, admiral of the navy. Can we just call him Pussy Boy? Pussy Boy? Man. Bro. Did he go on some I go down with my ship kind of shit? Did he go out on like I'm dying with my ship kind of way? Because that's like admirable. Man. Hold on. My feet are itchy as fuck. I gotta stop. Just stop scratching him. It'll be okay. Without waiting to gain command of the sea, the Japanese had begun in March transporting their first army under the command of General Tamemoto Kuroki across the sea to Korea, landing it at Incheon, not far from Seoul, and at Nampo in the north. The spring thaw had made the roads virtually impassable, and it took many days before the Japanese army was in position before the town of Yuju, now Shinyuju, on the Yalu River. On May 1st, the Japanese attacked and after bitter fighting defeated the Russians. Japanese losses were about 1,100 men out of a force of 40,000, while Russian losses were 2,500 out of a force of 7,000 troops engaged in this action. It was a victory of tremendous significance, for although the outnumbered Russians made an orderly withdrawal, it was Japan's first victorious engagement against a Western country. God damn! Maybe you should change your foot bandages. Probably, man. They're fucking disgusting by now. These numbers are impressive, by the way. 40,000. Lost 1,100 men in a fight against 7,000. While the other ones lost more than double, but had not even 25% of their numbers. So, just percentage based, the Russians put up a big fight against the Japanese just based on numbers. It feels like if they were like just a little bit more evened out, like 20,000, 40,000, the Russians would maybe even have won. But they were clearly outnumbered. Clearly. God damn. Russian strategy. A public outcry against Alexeyev as commander-in-chief compelled Nicholas to send Kuropatkin to take over the command, although Alexeyev remained as viceroy. Kuropatkin had proved a competent minister of war, but was to show himself sadly irresolute and passive as a commander in the field. His policy was to avoid action whenever possible until he had significant superiority in numbers. He replaced his forces so that they could delay the enemy and then retired to positions prepared in the rear. During May, the Japanese... Or just a little bit better logistics. Maybe. Logistics is a big part of war, right? If you don't have logistics, you're fucked, right? Your soldiers, based on like rations and shit, will be demoralized, hungry, and stuff like that. And that alone, like weakens your whole battalion or army, in some cases, or in many actually. So in war, everything at the same time is extremely important. Whether it be strategy or something like that. Google how many arsons happen daily. Holy shit, brother. This is your first time in here. What the fuck? But, no. Why? What the fuck? We're looking at Russian history right now. Please don't bring up arson. Fun. Alright, bro. Alright. During May, the Japanese Second Army under General Yasukata Oku landed on the Kwantung Peninsula on May 26. This force, outnumbering the Russians 10-1, won the Battle of Nanshan, cutting off the Port Arthur garrison from Russia's main forces in Manchuria. Two more Japanese divisions landed on the eastern Korean coast to form the Third Army under General Nogi Marisuke, which was to operate against Port Arthur. A further division to form the nucleus of the Fourth Army under General Michitsura Nodzu was landed on the Manchurian coast. Goddamn. Holy shit, that's a multi-layered attack. God damn. They made sure to outnumber them every time so far. I mean, Kuropatkin was doing the right thing. His forces were not prepared to fight against an extremely motivated and aggressive enemy with multiple centuries of experience fighting endless war in the Sengoku Jidai. Yeah, the Japanese back in the day were fucking fighting! I know that much. Those fuckers would fight for days. Kuropatkin was disturbed by this enemy concentration. He ordered preparations to make Mukden a stronghold to which he could retreat, but at this time he received an order signed by the Emperor himself, impressing on him that the fate of Port Arthur was his direct responsibility. Kuropatkin therefore disposed his main force south of Mukden around Liaoyang, but at Fuxian, now Wafangdian, On June 14th, the Japanese, with 35,000 men, decisively defeated a 25,000-strong Russian army. What are the numbers in wins lives lost? Actually, that's what I'm interested in right now. Yes. The Japanese then advanced in 3 columns on Liaoyang, where the main Russian force under Kuropatkin had retired and taken up strong positions. Even an unexpected sortie of Russian naval squadron at Port Arthur, which for a time paralyzed Japanese land offensive, and then the sudden appearance of the Russian Vladivostok squadron in the Straits of Tsushima, which added to the anxieties of the Japanese high command, did not embolden the Russian command to adopt more aggressive tactics. Well, you have a stronghold. Defend it unless the enemy has a opening, but even then that could be a trap. So I think he didn't really do anything wrong. Towards the end of July, Kuropatkin engaged in Kuroki's first army, after which Kuropatkin fell back on Liaoyang and there remained on a defensive, although he had considerable opportunities to attack the advancing enemy columns. On August 25th, the Battle of Liaoyang was joined, and after 9 days of stubborn fighting, the Japanese won a significant victory in spite of inferior numbers, 130,000 against 180,000 Russians. Nevertheless, their loss of some 23,000 men faced them with serious difficulties, for they had limited trained reserves. The Russians, meanwhile, had withdrawn in good order towards Mukden, where they were now receiving reinforcements via the Trans-Siberian Railway at the rate of 30,000 men per month. Damn! Okay, goddamn! Even if they suffered heavy losses here, they get replenished. This is a meat-grinding war, isn't it? Goddamn. I mean, not as much as others, but this is still... Damn, okay. Realizing that the Japanese were nearing the end of their resources while Russian army was gaining in strength, Kuropatkin resolved now to take the offensive. Despite this new, more assertive strategy, Kuropatkin made careful preparations to hold Mukden, which, as the capital of Manchuria, had special political importance. The first battle resulting from Kuropatkin's offensive was fought on the Shaho River October 5th to 17th, 1904. And as a subsequent battle took place at Sendepu, January 26th to 27th, 1905, both might have been decisive victories for Russia had Kuropatkin and his senior officers been more resolute and aggressive. But in the event, both battles proved indecisive. So it was a victory and not a actual... Okay. So they just fended them off, but gave opportunity to Japan for relaunching their attacks. Or they could have been just crushed. True. I think the defensive stance is not bad, right? It's most of the time, if you have larger numbers, it should be easier to protect a place, to defend a place, than it is to attack it, right? Most of the time. Of course, not always. The capture of Port Arthur. Meanwhile, at Port Arthur, the Japanese found the Russian garrison much stronger than they had expected. The Russian defenders had done much to fortify their position with breastworks and barbed wire, and they possessed several machine guns. Ooh. At that time? Machine guns in this time and age? God damn, that must have been... Oof. After making several very costly attempts to take the fortress... Hello! A sudden story time, and... Okay. After making several very costly attempts to take the fortress, the Japanese abandoned general assault and resorted to siege tactics. The dragging on of those operations distressed the Japanese command, for it not only tied down their third army, which they needed urgently in the main theater of war, but it also lowered the morale of their troops in Manchuria. The news of the sailing of the Russian Baltic fleet for East Asia made the Japanese redouble their efforts to take Port Arthur. Russian machine guns took a vicious toll on the Japanese attackers, who suffered very heavy casualties as a result of storming tactics to which they had once again resorted. Observers from the armies of Western Europe and the United States were embedded with both the Japanese and the Russians, and the effect of machine gun fire on massed infantry. Hold on. What age? This is 1904 and 1905. Yes, you were muted, Snapper. See, that's the bitch with hindsight. Larger numbers seem like a bonus, but if most of your troops are ill-trained and mostly conscripts, likely those troops would just get butchered. Yes, that's why I said in a defensive stance, right? Protecting something, you have to teach people less in protecting something than assaulting something. In my mind, at least. Maxim, probably. Yeah, that was Maxim machine gun. Hell yeah. Where was I? There. Assaults was gruesomely apparent to all. However, the lessons of Port Arthur would go largely unheeded by European commanders who would replicate the same sanguinary tactics on the Western Front during World War I. Of course we repeat mistakes, because it's not our lives, right, commanders? But that was the majority of the Russian army, peasant farmers given a club that shoots bullets. Yeah. That's why the, what is his name again? Kuropatik. He actually made quite the good decisions for what he had, but he had like background pressure from the emperor and what I believe nobles, or just the politicians under the emperor. I think he got like massively stressed by them wanting to secure some type of positive news for them, right? That kind of thing, probably. Among the Russian commanders at Port Arthur, there was serious disagreement. Some urged surrender, while others insisted that the garrison must resist to the end. On January 2nd, 1905, Lieutenant General Anatoly Stessel, the commander of the fortress, sent out the white flag without conferring with his officers, and thus surrendered Port Arthur. The surrender was regarded as an act of either incompetence or treachery, for the fortress contained provisions for over 3 months and adequate supplies of ammunition. Kuropatkin needed to basically train up those conscripts into vague sense of competency. Yeah. And the decision to go defensive instead of offensive was probably wise. It was probably wise, because he really just had, like, farmers, the way you were telling it to me. I'm going off of your words, by the way, right now, so... I have no idea myself, but if it really was, like, just farmers and shit, it was a wise choice to go on the defensive. The Battle of Mukden. The final and greatest land battle of the war was fought for Mukden, February 19th to March 10th, 1905. Again, Kuropatkin decided to attack, but this time the Japanese forestalled him. 3 Russian armies faced the Japanese from right to left. The second under General Alexander von Kaulbars, the third under General Alexander Bilderling, and the first under General Nikolai Linevich, comprising of 330,000 men and 1,475 guns in all. This force held firm against three Japanese armies under the command of Marshal Iwo Oyama, who had 270,000 men and 1,062 guns. After long and stubborn fighting and heavy casualties, Kuropatkin decided to draw of his troops to the north, a movement he carried out successfully, but it left Mukden to fall into the hands of the Japanese. Losses in this battle were exceptionally heavy, approximately 89,000 Russians and 71,000 Japanese having fallen. Japan was now exhausted and could not hope to pursue the land war to a successful conclusion. Its salvation would come with a stunning naval victory at Tsushima, along with increasing internal unrest throughout Russia. Holy shit. Not to be confused with Kuropatkin, Pipkin Pippa's dad. Yeah. Holy shit, these numbers! They just keep going up! 89,000 Russians and 71,000 Japanese dead, combined of a total number of 160,000 deaths. Wow. War has no victories. It doesn't. War does not have victories. It only has death. And widows. The Maxim machine gun was invented in 1884. For context, the Mosin Nagant was invented in 1891. Ah. And that is Maxim machine gun. Ah, this thing. I see. Maxim machine gun. Yeah. I see. This thing's quite amazing for its time. It could probably hold up even today, honestly. So the first fully automated and water-cooled machine gun is older than the Russian trash rod. It is. Yep. Anyway, let's continue. The Battle of Tsushima. The Japanese had been unable to secure the complete command of the sea on which their campaign depended. The Russian squadrons at Port Arthur and Vladivostok had made sorties, and both sides had suffered losses in engagement. Meanwhile, in St. Petersburg, it was decided to send the Baltic fleet to East Asia under the command of Admiral Zhinovy Petrovich Rozhevensky, for it was assumed that once the Russians had gained command of the sea, the Japanese campaign would collapse. The Baltic fleet spent the entire summer of 1904 preparing to sail, and it set out from Libava, now Lipaja, Latvia, on October 15th, 1904. On October 21, of the Dogger Bank, several Russian ships opened fire on British civilian travelers in the mistaken belief that they were Japanese torpedo boats. This incident inflamed the British to such a degree that war between Britain and Russia was avoided only by an immediate apology and promise to full compensate made by the Russian government. God damn! I saw the video of Maxim was used in Russia-Ukraine wars. Ah. Oh, poor Rozhevensky. This motherfucker had to deal with so much bullshit. Give him a look after the Battle of Tsushima. Alright. At Nosy Bay, near Madagascar, Rozhevsky learned of the surrender of Port Arthur and proposed returning to Russia. However, naval reinforcements were already en route from the Baltic via Suez in early March 1905, and he decided to proceed. Rozhevsky linked up with these reinforcements at Cam Ranh Bay, now in Vietnam, and his full fleet appeared to be formidable. Armada. In reality, however, many of the ships were old and unserviceable. Early in May, the fleet reached the China Sea, and Rozhevsky made the Vladivostok via the Tsushima Strait. Toko lay in wait for him off the southern Korean coast near Busan. And on May 27th, as the Russian fleet approached, he attacked. The Japanese ships were superior in speed and armament, and in the course of the two-day battle, 2/3 of the Russian fleet was sunk. 6 ships were captured, 4 reached Vladivostok, and 6 took refuge in neutral ports. It was a dramatic and decisive defeat. After voyaging 7 months to within a few hundred miles of its destination, the Baltic fleet was shattered. With it, Russia's hope of regaining mastery of the sea was crushed. Damn. So he tried to do the right thing and, like, go back, but he couldn't. So he decided to go forth and got fucked. Wow. Goddamn. Yes. bro really looked at his ship's What's up, mommy? God damn it, Pedro. Pedro, long time no see. Ah. Yes, son. Give the poor guy a look up. Yeah, right after. Fuck. For Russia, the disastrous course of the war had seriously aggravated unrest inside the country, and the surrender of Port Arthur, followed by the loss of Mukden and the devastating defeat at Tsushima, made the emperor accept the proffered mediation of US President Theodore Roosevelt. It was, however, the Japanese government that had taken the initiative in proposing peace negotiations. Exhausted financially and fearing a long, drawn-out war of attrition far from their base, the Japanese hoped that the acute unrest in Russia would compel the government to discuss terms, and their hopes proved justified. Roosevelt served as a mediator at the peace conference, which was held at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard in Kittery, Marine US. Excuse me. Where was I? Marine US, August 9th, August 9th until September 5th, 1905. In the resulting Treaty of Portsmouth, Japan gained control of the Liaodong Peninsula and Port Arthur, and the South Manchurian Railway, which led to Port Arthur, as well as half of Sakhalin Island. Russia agreed to evacuate southern Manchuria, which was restored to China, and Japan's control of Korea was recognized. Roosevelt was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his role in ending the conflict. God damn! So what's been going on, dude? When does the Warhammer 40k canon event come in? And about 40,000 years, how about that? Badumts. Aftermath. The Treaty of Portsmouth effectively ended Russia's expansionist East Asian policy directed towards establishing hegemony over the whole of Asia. Furthermore, the humiliating defeat at the hands of an Asian power that had until so recently been pre-industrial and isolationist added to the national anger and disgust. Within 2 months, the revolution of 1905 compelled Nicholas II to issue the October Manifesto, which ostensibly transformed Russia from an unlimited autocracy into a constitutional monarchy. Russia's defeat also had profound repercussions throughout Asia and Europe. Russia nevertheless remained a nation power, possessing as it did the railways across Siberia and North Manchuria to Vladivostok, and being closely allied with China. Hegemony. Hegemony. Damn. Hello, creature. Hello. Oh, this Teddy Roosevelt? It's about Russia and the Japanese War. Wasn't that the dude who was the American president? Yes, he had, for mediating between Russia and Japan, got the Nobel Peace Prize. Ew, Russia! Japan, for its part, formalized its hold on Korea by forcing Kojong, the final monarch of the Joseon dynasty, to abdicate in 1907. Korean language and culture were violently suppressed, and Japan formally annexed Korea in 1910. Japanese militarists found their domestic political power greatly enhanced, and by the outbreak of World War I, Japan was in a position to treat with its European allies as a fully equal partner. While the Japanese contribution to the war in Europe was negligible, Japanese troops were quick to occupy German colonial possessions in East Asia. World War I left the great powers of Europe shattered, but it reinforced Japan's status as the strongest military and imperialist power in East Asia. Goddamn. Here's a short summary. Heavy with bare fists versus demo man with a katana. You. Rosvensky time. Indeed. Can't I just click on his name? In the Battle of Tsushima, May 27th to 29th, 1905, the Japanese had been unable to secure the complete command. Yes, okay. Unable to secure the complete command of the sea because the Russian naval squadron at Port Arthur and Vladivostok made sorties, and both sides suffered losses in the ensuing engagements. Meanwhile, the Russian government decided to send the Baltic fleet all the way to the Far East under the command of Admiral Zinov Petrovich Rovestensky to link up with the Pacific Squadron at Port Arthur. Apparently not. No, I can't. But what I can do is... do this. And then click some random link that will probably not get me doxxed. Hopefully. Alright. Between 1883 and 1885, often resided in Varna while serving with the Bulgarian Navy. Alright. About media links. Admiral Zinov Petrovich Revendevsky, 1848 until 1909, stands out as a fascinating figure in the Imperial Russian Navy. He is especially celebrated for his leadership during the Russo-Japanese War, with his remarkable role at the Battle of Tsushima capturing the attention of history enthusiasts everywhere. His naval career was filled with remarkable achievements and intriguing challenges, showcasing the fascinating complexities of Russian naval operations during the late 19th and early 20th century. From 1883 to 1885, Rozhensky had the exciting opportunity to serve with the newly formed Bulgarian Navy. In this exciting period, he was instrumental in organizing and training the newly formed naval forces of Bulgaria, which had just achieved autonomy after the Russo-Turkish War of 1877 to 1878. He played a pivotal role in crafting a defense strategy for Bulgarian coastline and was a co-founder of the Technology Association of Bulgaria, showcasing his active participation in military and technological progress of the nation. Although there aren't many specific records about Rozhensky time in Varna, it's quite exciting to think that he may have spent some time there between 1883 and 1885 while serving with the Bulgarian Navy. Varna, an incredible port on the Black Sea, must have been a fascinating strategic location for naval operations and training exercises. Yet, without solid archival evidence, the precise details and dates of his time in Varna are still a bit of a mystery. Subsequent journey and impact. Following his time in Bulgaria, Rozhensky made his way back to Russia, where he eagerly continued to climb the ranks of the Navy. He took on several exciting command roles, such as serving as a naval attaché in London and leading the Baltic Fleet. One of his most remarkable commands was 2nd Pacific Squadron during the Russo-Japanese War, which reached a dramatic peak at the infamous Battle of Tsushima in 1905. Even though the outcome was not in their favor, Rozhensky's incredible journey of navigating the fleet over 18,000 miles to the Far East stands out as an extraordinary testament to naval endurance. Damn, that's a long fucking road! Mile is 1.6, so about 50% more, which is about 27 to 28 kilometers. 26 to 28,000 kilometers. Sorry. Which is a fucking lot! Thank you for the violence, by the way. God damn, yeah, that is a whole lot in endurance. God damn, and ships weren't faster than today, so damn. That was, wow, okay. Yeah, that is an incredible show of endurance. God damn. Holy. What an intriguing chapter in history. Rozhensky's journey came to an end in the vibrant city of St. Petersburg, where he left this world in 1909. He was laid to rest at the Alexander Nevsky Lavra, leaving behind a fascinating legacy as a devoted naval officer who championed both Russian and Bulgarian maritime interests during the pivotal time in Eastern European history. God damn. Okay. You know who was the biggest helper of the revolutionaries in Central European region? Pre-World War One? No, but based on what I've seen so far, Japan in World War One had a big role, but I don't know much about it, so I can't say. And this is with him also beating the shit out of incompetent officers himself and yelling at ships that were fucking up hard. God damn. Damn. Exactly. So, they founded revolutionaries in Central Europe. The Japanese? God damn. Wow. That's fucking impressive. Wow, okay. We're learning a lot. He died younger than he would of a heart attack because of that voyage. Oh, man. God damn. Admiral Zinovi Petrovich Rozestvensky. God damn. But I don't want to learn. Well, you're on my stream. You learned what I learned. Hold on. How do I... Oh, hell no. Alright. Holy, okay. That was a whole fucking lot to take in. You better fucking work. You will know the entire 1900 to 2000 by heart. Wait, are both you and Iron historians? Oh my god. He also stood up for... Oh, no. Okay, I already... wait, no, I didn't. He also stood up for officers that definitely didn't deserve him doing so, putting himself at risk of being on the firing line. Oh. Damn, okay. Azurhood, fine. Alright, but this is it for history for today. We're gonna do this over multiple days. And a bit longer over the weekend, probably. But there is something else that I really want to see. I almost watched it on my own this lunch break. There is from our favorite woman called Chewonhead. There is news. Do you want to cover the miracle on Vishtula? Vishtula? We can do so tomorrow, sure. But today, we're gonna go with... Why do women hate Sydney Sweeney? I don't know. You tell me. I did the blue ad myself, blue jeans ad myself, you know. Azurhood made a really cool video of it. Thank you very much, Azurhood, again. So I'll... Gee, I wonder why. Before we do this, I'm just gonna... Fucking. Do I really have to do it this way? There we go. Sydney Sweeney. I am Sydney Sweeney. Alright. Genes are passed on from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and This
even
is so fucking
eye
good.
color. My genes are blue.
It's so fucking good, bro. As you can see, it went around the world, kind of. I mean, there's still no comments, sadly. But I hope to see some TikTokers or something, you know? My jeans are blue. And with that, let's go into this react of Chewonhead on Sydney Sweeney. Why do women hate Sydney Sweeney so much?
So, if
Or
you've been
just
living under a
Sydney
rock,
Sweeney.
you probably haven't heard that Sydney Sweeney was in an American Eagle commercial.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits
Oh my
like hair
God.
color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Get it? Jeans? Jeans? Because she's attractive? And she is. I can see why men like her. She has a really cute face and a nice body. But personally, my favorite thing about Sydney
Who
Sweeney
hate women
is
more?
that she's
That's right, other women. That's true. I've never seen a bigger hater than women on women. It's kind of weird.
Did they mean to include a bunch of Nazi dog whistles in this? How the f
Yes.
did she agree to this? Actual Nazi ad. The only way
I seen it.
This is Nazi propaganda!
Why Sydney Sweeney would be okay with doing an ad like this is if she was a Nazi.
This
Bro.
is Nazi shit.
The war on hot women.
That is being racist.
It's
Some of you guys might be too young
racist to be
remember, but
white.
back in the day when an ugly girl was jealous of a pretty girl, she would simply call her a whore. But that's a good thing now, so we have to call her racist. I am going to be completely honest, I have no idea what movies
Mumi
Sydney
Sweeney,
is in.
let's
All I know-
fucking go! Wait, no.
know she is a very popular celebrity, and I always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid.
The fuck?
What is wrong with you people? Who is
Wait,
not
wait. I've only seen her in the ad so far, so...
All I know, she is a very popular celebrity. I have no idea what movie now, so we have to call her race of a princess. All I know, she is a very popular celebrity, and I always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid.
How is she mid? Hold on. This is the first time I took a proper look at her. How is she mid? Huh? Wait a minute. What? No, let's just watch the video. It's fine.
What is wrong with you people? Who is not
A lot,
mid
apparently.
nowadays? I saw Anne Hathaway get called mid the other day.
What the fuck? How is she mid? Look at that smile, bro. What the fuck? If I would go to women-hating competition with 100 places and only 2 more women participants, I would not even earn the participation trophy.
Anne
Oh,
Hathaway.
man.
If these women are mid, I'm like a sub-zero. I'm like a -2. I am like a horseshoe
don't
crab
undersell
on the bottom of the
yourself.
ocean. Horseshoe crabs are pretty base though. 445 million years, no evolution. That's me. Millions of years on YouTube, no evolution.
And you're still winning! That tells you a lot!
Sydney Sweeney has like a fun...
Stop underselling yourself, Shu. Please stop underselling yourself. Thank you very much. There's probably a whole lot of simp comments down there. Are you a boobs or butt guy? Yes! There are only white women here in Singapore. Okay, no, we all know that this stands for Shu Simps! This whole thing is just... Oh! Nope, there is. Nope, I'm surprised. Nope! Showing it as great genes too. 210 replies. 100% she is Italian. Of course she is. Great genes. Amen. Her and her brown pants. Dear God. And wigs. AFK. I don't know what that means. We've never seen Shu wear jeans in any video. It's true. God damn.
Bubbly.
Another Italian-based woman, indeed. The Italian women are apparently very, very based. I'm not sure why or how, but let's fucking go.
Personality. She seems like she enjoys being feminine, and it seems like she doesn't hate men, which is a big plus. She really plays into the, like, I'm a hot blonde bombshell, I have big titties thing, which, are we back to liking titties as a society?
When did we ever stop? Hold on. Every time I see tits or ass, I say yes. Like, the fuck you mean? Whoever... I like both, okay? Whether they're small or they're big, I like them, okay? It's not that complicated. I just like them. They're fun.
Kim Kardashian deflate her ass recently. That's how I knew the ass
The
fad was over.
Kardashians deflated? What? How is the world still alive? I'm not a simp for the Kardashians, but I'm of the sound opinion that if the Kardashians ever removed the plastic in their bodies, the world would just get doomed. Very wrong moment, honestly. That is out of turn. Azurhood, please grow up. Tits or ass, and tits, and ass. Hell yeah!
over the fall of Kim Kardashian's ass and the rise of Sydney Sweeney. Besides,
Bro,
ass
I don't understand. No, don't talk shit about ass. See what I did there? Anyway, and thighs, bro. Every body part of a woman except armpits. I'm not interested in the pits, honestly. I'm not interested in the pits, right? If my partner wants it at some point to try it out, and she showered, I'd be like, all right, just this time, let's see if it's really something, right? But otherwise, it's not for me, you know. Armpits are not that sexy to me, and yeah. But everything else is go. Hands, legs, feet, you know, everything goes.
No, I don't objectify women. I respect women, okay? The only thing that matters to me is a woman's mind. And thighs. What is like the
Yes!
the male body equivalent to this debate? Abs or arms? Personally, I love a good forearm. I love a good, nice, thick, manly wrist.
Oh, man.
And you know what looks great on a wrist? A watch. Which brings us to today's sponsor, Holtzgren. So let's quickly...
No, I already got watches. I have three arm watches, actually. A pocket watch with my very own chain on it. The pocket watch is not fancy. It's cheap from Turkey. My father brought it to me when we said call me. No, I have a pocket watch from Turkey. Cheap, like, store vendors shit. But my dad let my name be engraved on it, so that's cool. Of course. I like it very much. I don't go out without it. I have some accessories, all gifted to me. I have not bought a single one myself because I'm not interested in them, but they have sentimental value to me, so I wear them anyway.
Give them a shout out before we get into today's video, shall we?
Holtzgren is a young Austrian company that creates unique watches, jewelry, and accessories using all natural materials like wood and stone. Their high-quality timepieces come in various designs for both men and women,
I'm looking respectfully at the hands with the watch in it.
Making them the perfect choice for any style or occasion.
Oh, damn,
all
the blue one!
Products are
Show me the blue one again. No, not this one. No, not this one.
For any style or...
Oh, with the marble or granite background? Oh, this one's not that bad. Holtzkern!
Occasion. All of Holtzgren's products are manufactured in small quantities to ensure responsible and ethical production, while making sure each item is built to last. I personally love the kaleidoscope watch with the little flower design on the pearl dial. I think it is so beautiful and so cute. I'm obsessed with it.
Not bad.
The glass is made of sapphire crystal, making it scratch resistant, while the strap is crafted from koa wood, and it's water resistant as well. There's also the Moonrise watch, which is made from genuine white marble and stainless steel. It shows the weekday, date, and even the current moon phase, which is really cool. I think all their products make very beautiful gifts, fancy shit. And since they're all made from natural materials, they're all very unique. All their items come with a 2-year warranty, and ordering online is super easy with free worldwide shipping within 5 to 9 business days.
Okay,
and if you're in the
some
US,
of these
don't
are
worry,
really
Holtzgren
nice.
handles the custom feeds for you, so no unexpected drama there. Just click my link in the description below.
This is indeed looks expensive. No, you can see the price. It's 400, 180, 350. It's not too expensive depending on the watch. It's not that bad.
Custom feeds for you.
Here, 200. I mean, if you want to like make one big gift, this is it. For most men don't have a watch to go out with, like for one specific outfit or something like that. So this is not bad. Oh my god.
Click my link in the description below and use my special discount code SHOE to get 15% off your order. Plus, if you additionally sign up for their free premium club membership,
bad,
you'll
not
get
bad.
access to exclusive products, special discounts, and early pre-sales. But if you only want to check things out for now, no pressure. You can just sign up, come back later, and you'll still get a special discount on your first purchase. So if you're looking for a unique gift or just want to treat yourself
That
to
is
a nice
unique.
watch, I highly suggest checking out Holskern. Big thank you to Holskern for sponsoring this video. And now,
I gotta correct you right there. It's not Holskern. Es ist Holzkern! It's a German word.
let's get back to it.
Which is basically just wood core. The core of the wood. That's what it means.
My jeans are brown.
It's like a my pants.
The woke outrage over Sydney Sweeney's ad has gone.
This reminds me of the fucking Deadpool joke. I wear red so you don't see me bleed. See, the guy with the brown pants gets it.
Sounds like a my pants.
The woke outrage over Sydney Sweeney's ad has
Oh,
gone
my
from,
God.
well, bad to worse.
Some people have taken issue
Oh, wow,
with the phrase
how
great
terrible.
genes being used over images of a blonde, blue-eyed woman.
Okay,
If Sydney
Mumi, be
Sweeney
German.
is a registered Republican. I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
TikTok and Twitter absolutely blew up with
Trump
thousands and thousands of
approved.
people calling this ad fascist propaganda. Yes, they literally took the
It is
jeans
Nazi
and jeans
propaganda. This is so stupid. Oh well,
to be some kind of Nazi dog whistle because Sydney
Bruh.
Sweeney is an attractive blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, which apparently has been an extinct species for so long in advertisement that when people saw this, they got scared and thought they saw the ghost of Hitler. Is Sydney Sweeney a Nazi? No.
Wir werden das Reich wieder wecken, indem wir die USA mit unseren Werbungen von faschistischen Sachen niederstrecken. If you're curious to what I said, I just said we're gonna reawaken the Third Reich by doing ads in the USA, doing fascist ads in the USA, and KO them basically.
No. Do these people kind of have a point about this ad? Also, no. They are unwell. But let's hear them out. Let's watch some of these TikToks. Let's listen to them. Listen to their points.
Sounds like a good plan.
We're not going to be mean. We're not going to own the libs, okay? We are going to hear them out.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
It is Nazi propaganda.
That's Nazi propaganda.
Holy 2014 Tumblr. What the out here looking like she walked straight out of a Stone Talk comic. Looking like you're
man.
going on the thumbnail of this video.
Ring in the
Listen, if your
nose.
bangs end in the middle of your forehead, you don't have to tell me your political opinions.
No. It's the ring in the nose, bro. Ring nose detected, opinion rejected.
I know
I'm
I
kidding,
can tell.
but
Okay, sorry.
there's a lot
I got it
like
out of my
that.
system.
Pull it and throw her far away. Oh man.
Let's continue.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like,
Wait, so you realize you're too woke. So you realize you are and do it anyway. That's kind of fun.
fascist weird. Like, Nazi propaganda weird.
So this commercial was apparently a reference to an old
I'm sorry, Nazi propaganda isn't weird. It's, you know, nowadays strictly illegal in Europe. But yeah, whatever.
the Brooke Shields commercial from the 80s.
The secret of life lies hidden in the genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. This may result
wow.
in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of
Wow.
the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Oh my god, she turned
Oh my god, she is a Nazi! Stairs fair, that one is also Nazi, I suppose. Stairs.
into a swastika. She was like 14 in that ad, by the way.
Wait, what? Oh my god, she turned into a swastika!
Oh my god, she turned into a swastika. She was like 14 in that ad, by the way. Really creepy. So at
No
least Sydney
fucking
Sweeney
way.
is of legal age. 14 is actually pretty old for Brooke Shields if you know her history and her lore. If anything, that is the most f***ed up thing about this Sydney Sweeney ad, referencing an old ad of a child star who was abused by Hollywood. But yeah, it was a callback to an old commercial. And Sydney Sweeney is the current day hot celebrity, so they chose to do it with her. They unfortunately failed to consider the fact that in current year, white people are not allowed to say that they have good genes because that is Nazi propaganda.
A blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
Yeah, the genes that made her have huge tits, a nice face, a good shape, body shape. Yeah, I would call those good genes. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
You don't get to drop line.
You're just mad you didn't draw the lottery in the gene pool. Fuck you.
It's about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes, while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster.
A white,
Oh man,
blue-eyed, Hitler's wet dream talking about how much she loves her genetics. It's not just giving eugenics, it's giving male fantasy.
It's giving. Every time I hear it's giving, it's nothing negative, but every time I hear it, I hear Queso say, "Is it giving Gyaru?"
And being attractive to men are like equally terrible things to these people.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic state propaganda. It is giving dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany.
Why do they all speak the same? Why do they all do the same shit? They all say the same shit. It's giving. It's giving.
Because they have already been captured by a side. I hate that we have to pick sides in this day and age instead of having opinions about certain things as an individual, but instead we have whole groups that are either we're all of the same mind or we're not. A group is kind of fucking wild. Why are all of them so crazy looking? Yeah, they are. Yeah, but if you're white, blue-eyed, and have blue hair, you're fine. Yeah, of course, because it was blonde, but you colored it blue out of shame because, I don't know, they have a script.
Put a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned woman in an ad and say she has good genes. I don't know if I can say this, but it's literally giving Nazi propaganda.
It's giving.
It's giving. Also, the flesh-colored microphone. Why? It's giving. Okay. It's giving. It's giving.
I can't believe I actually have to explain this, but there is a reason that they picked a girl named Sydney Sweeney for this ad, and it's...
Alright, no. If you cannot remember names like I do, you will call her Sydney Weenie. When you forget her name. It is a proven fact, proven by myself, that it will happen.
Not just her blonde hair and her blue eyes. Sydney Sweeney is laying with her German Shepherd dog in this shoe.
Oh no, she has a dog! Hitler had a dog! She is literally Hitler! Oh, it's a German breed? She is even more Hitler! Oh my god, bro.
Her name is Sydney Sweeney, so her initials are SS.
That's your conclusion? That's your conclusion? Holy shit. Holy mentally ill.
Oh my god. Take your meds. Meds. Her name is Sydney Sweet.
There was a pill bottle. Does it make a similar sound? Take your meds.
Her initials are SS,
Oh my
like the
God.
Nazis. The
Meds!
dog is a German.
Meds! No! Meds? Hey! You can't make me!
Shepherd, German, like the Nazis. Are they putting crack in birth control nowadays? What is going on? She is a hot woman.
Oh my god.
She's a hot woman because of the way she looks. She looks the way she looks because of genetics. She has great genes. That is how a normal person sees it. She's blonde and has blue eyes and her initials are SS and she has a German Shepherd. Is how a schizophrenic, politically brain-rotted person sees it.
This is Jess. How can I help today?
Hi, I am a marketing student and was wondering if I could speak to someone who could maybe give me some insight as to what estimated return on investment there has to be willing to use white supremacy and eugenics as your marketing campaign.
On a marketing campaign?
Harassing
Fucking retard! Fucking retard! Holy fuck! You can't be fucking serious! Matt, hey, you can't make me, Kier. Indeed, yes. We love Kier on this channel, we do. If you don't, just stay silent about that. Yes, I'm oppressing you in this chat. This is my chat. I am in control here. You say bad shit about her, you get fucking banned. Or at the very least timed out. If it's a fucking inside meme of the community, fire at it. Absolutely. She draws in gay people. Yep, that's a joke. All of oppression.
Doesn't even fucking speak English. Has
Ma'am,
all
this is
to
a
do with the commercial.
clothing
These
store.
people are sick.
Ma'am, this is a clothing store. We sell jeans, not opinions.
Yes, I recently saw American Eagle's eugenics marketing campaign where they used that white blonde girl and talked about how good her genes were. In a
All of you would be celebrating if that was a black woman. Just saying.
time where racism is rampant in the U.S.
I see. Thank you for taking time to share your feedback.
Why are you bothering this random ass Filipino woman with your West Wing ass TED talk? Nobody gives a f.
Okay, so there's no way to, as a student, I can't learn about when eugenics makes sense in marketing? No one on the
Correct.
marketing team can talk to me about that?
Yes.
I miss like 50 years ago when these people would just be serial killers instead of doing whatever the f this is. She's even got
God
other
damn it.
celebrities seething.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring.
All right. This one's kind of funny. Just impression. Nothing after. But just the impression is kind of funny. Student of retardation.
Determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Haha, she did a dumb redneck voice, get it? Because all white people are dumb inbred hicks. Good one, Doja. Hey, by the way, why are you pandering to the same exact people who got your ass canceled for wearing a Sam Hyde shirt once? They all think you're racist too, girl, but nice try. Hope they see this.
Doja Cat is making fun of Sydney Sweeney's ad only because she realized after all those years of her kissing up to white supremacists, they're
You can't win with these people. You try to go on their side, they will fuck you up if you ever did something that is their side morally objective. Holy fucking retard. Holy mentally illness. Holy fucking shit.
they're never going to accept her because she's a half black woman. Wearing the Sam Hyde shirt, you dating all these white supremacists. So make fun of the ad all you want, but we'll never forget you rolling around in those chat rooms showing white supremacists your feet so they can make fun of your black ass.
Oh, they did see it, and they still hate you.
Weird adverts aside about how the best genes are characterized in a conventionally attractive
You
white
cater to
blonde
retards.
blue-eyed
You
woman.
die to
Not
retards,
true. I mean, look at
indeed.
me. Within 5 years, or as soon as she shows any sign of aging, that's it. The moment she becomes visibly over 25.
Enjoy the ride now, babe, before you get too old and ugly.
What the fuck? This retard looks like he hit the wall 20 years ago, bro. The fuck is he talking about? Ally. Bro. She looks like she'll have another 10 years coming that are good for her or something like that. As long as she doesn't go through like surgical surgeries or shit. Yeah, I get it that he's an ally, but holy fucking hell, man.
Are characterized
Fuck
in a
you.
conventionally attractive white blonde blue-eyed of aging. That's it.
Ugly and hit the wall. But wokely. This is just something I've
But
noticed in the
wokely.
decade of criticizing feminism on the internet. Male
Please, no
feminists are the
surgery,
most
indeed.
misogynistic, sexist freaks ever when they finally have an acceptable, approved target to go after. God forbid you are a woman with the incorrect opinion, because hell hath no fury like a male feminist replying to you.
A strawberry blonde, blue-eyed woman marketing having great genes. This is just a whole...
Yeah, you're just jealous. Again, these people are just jealous. I'm sorry, but
fucking eugenics
Hey, Mumi,
campaign.
did you listen to the song I sent in karaoke? Yes, I did. The jeans one? Yeah, I did.
I, for one, would like to throw myself off a balcony.
Do it. Do a backflip. Live stream it. Also, these people just...
Do it, motherfucker! Do it! I dare you! Double dare you, motherfucker! You're not allowed to wear Adidas. Yeah, those are traded by the Russians. Only Russians are allowed to wear a full tracksuit of Adidas. Only they are allowed to do that. It's their cultural heritage since 20 years ago.
Just straight up don't know what the eugenics movement is. Talking about genetics is not eugenics. Sydney Sweeney did not say she had the best genes or superior genes or that other people had
genes.
bad, inferior genes. Someone even made it like a fake ad, like Beyonce has better genes, and it's like, why'd you pick the...
Why better genes? You know, the ads... The ad warfare between Cola and Pepsi is funny. I think I speak for everyone that every time they dunk on each other, we have a fucking good time watching it. But this is just embarrassing, Levy.
Beyonce has
Levi's.
better genes, and it's like,
bruh.
Why'd you pick the picture where she has like a blonde wig on?
This campaign is poking at women's greatest and most tender.
If you want to wear Adidas, do a cheeky breaky dance and you are fine. No! I just speak a Russian accent. That is all I do. It is that easy. If you cannot do it, then you just have to drink some vodka. Just, you know, just around 10 shots or so. 10 glasses. All right, there we go.
Their insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability in the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women...
I'm sorry, she's conventionally attractive, yes, but there doesn't seem anything. Maybe the nose bridge, I can't see the nose. That's something that people usually do in this standard. The nose bridge, flattening the nose bridge, but anything else, no. I have good genes too, and a great belt. Bleed, bro, do the dance! Man, no, no.
Women are not naturally blonde. And of course, lots of white women are also insecure about having brown eyes. So that's a whole generation of young white women who are being further propagandized to purchase blonde hair dye and contacts for the rest of all time.
Okay, what? Are attractive women just not allowed to model anymore because, like, God forbid it makes some other women insecure? And as someone with brown eyes, I've never once felt insecure about having brown eyes. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into hyperborea, but I've seen myself photoshopped with blue eyes. Horrifying. So we...
Whoa, what is that? What is that?
But I've seen myself...
Why are her
photoshopped
eyes
with blue
glowing
eyes.
in that one? God damn, they actually glowing.
Horrifying. So we've gone from Nazi propaganda to genocide to racism to now poor little girls are gonna feel insecure because they don't have blue eyes like Sydney Sweeney.
Another thing about the Sydney Sweeney beauty standard that is very important to note is that big boobs are a hallmark of what conservative men are attracted to. At the end of the early 2000s and through the 2010s, we were becoming a more progressive society, and so we also naturally progressed to be a more ass-centric society.
In the 2000s,
what the fuck? Literally politicizing the boobs or ass meme. Progress to be retards. At the speed of light. Godspeed, soldier. For we are retards.
Thousands we were becoming more progressive, so we started objectifying women's butts.
Oh man,
What?
she was a
The
certified
communist
glowy.
utopia will be ass-centric, apparently. I didn't know the ass first thing was political. How does she know?
Me neither! What the fuck is this about? Every time I see the ass and tits joke, there is one with a crown saying tits and the other one with a crown saying ass. And there is this enlightened individual that is like big brain, giga brain saying yes. That is the meme I am familiar with. That is all. How the fuck did it become politicized like this? Holy fucking shit, it's a fucking meme.
I didn't know the ass first thing was political. How does she know conservatives are all boob men? Conservatives in the audience, are you a boobs or butt guy? What political
Man.
affiliation are the
Yes!
feet men? Libertarian.
The feet men are fence sitters because they've been dragged through the mud when they outed themselves as feet bros, but now they're feet bros and they're like certified somewhat. They're like socially acceptable nowadays, and everyone's just smashing everything else like armpits and all the other kind of stuff, right? Feet bros slowly got accepted. It's like, all right, feets, all right. Kind of weird, but it happened.
Listen, they can try to disguise it with their little intersectionality buzzwords all they want, but at the end of the day,
yes,
women just want a socially acceptable reason to hate other women.
Good genes.
Not in my house.
Pass on to offspring. That American Eagle.
Bro, it's literally what childbirth is, but whatever. Your fake redheads is not gonna be passed down, but whatever. Your fucking mental illness will be the way you're gonna raise your kids.
Ad with Sydney Sweeney is literally
Poor
about
kids.
eugenics. I know you don't want to hear this, but if you want to talk about how that ad is promoting eugenics, which it absolutely is, we also have to talk about how choosing not to wear a mask when you can during an ongoing pandemic, because you're okay with a certain subset of people, primarily disabled people of color, dying for your own comfort, is also—
Why of color? Isn't it all old people? What is this? Please no kids. Do not the sticking it in the butthole thing. If had to choose, I'm a boobs purist. The thighs would be second, but are third because they stinky. No, it's just nice to grab on sometimes, right?
also eugenics.
1 second.
Yes.
$2025. We are talking about wearing masks for COVID in 2025. I like how she's woke scolding the other woke scolds for not woke scolding about her particular pet issue. COVID broke the brains of so many of these people, man. It's because it's when the world was just a giant, safe HR longhouse where it was socially acceptable for them to be moral busybodies and never leave their home. It was like the closest to their lib shit utopia that we have ever gotten, and they miss it.
I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to
Then
explain
you're
who I am
fucking
or
weird. I felt out of place as a child too, but I never wished to change my physical appearance or my parents or, you know, all I wanted was for my misfortunes to fucking go away, honestly. But I guess we have different kinds of mindsets in life. You want things to change? I just don't want to have those hard times. You want yourself to change? I just wanted to have a peaceful life. Man. Whatever, it's
worry
fine.
about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with
Being
Sydney Sweeney is
accepted, bro.
especially off-putting.
Listen, I'm sorry that happened to you, but we live in a predominantly white country. If you go to another country, there will be a different beauty standard. If you go to the country of your ancestors, there will be a different beauty standard, and maybe it will look more like you. But again, she didn't say her—
Just go to beauty contests around the world. It'll be different everywhere. Well, there is people and there is California. colors. I guess you're right. Yeah.
Her genes were better or the best. And it's not like all the hot popular celebrities look like Sydney Sweeney. Look at Ana de Armas. Look at Zendaya. They don't look anything like Sydney Sweeney. And they are known as very beautiful around Hollywood.
Yes.
This is why corporations in the media think in order to pander to the female gaze, everything has to be like average and frumpy and ugly. Because women can't stop fucking projecting their insecurities. Not every character in a movie or a video game has to look like you. Not everyone in an ad has to look like you. Hell, the only time I see people who look like me is when I turn on the live action Grinch movie. You notice men never say this, by the way? They usually go like, wow, that man is strong. I don't look like that.
Bro, don't do that to Jim Carrey. The fucking face is his. The fucking smile, he does that on his own.
I'm gonna go to the gym. And women are like, wow, that woman is thin. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go complain.
What makes Sydney Sweeney's jeans better? Like, why did you get that joke? All us woke people are saying is that it's just a little bit weird to directly reference European jeans as better.
Again, she never said that her jeans were better. You are making shit up.
Now, when you
Yes, she never said her jeans are better. She never said those were European jeans. You made that up. In fact, let's look at it. What nationality is Sydney Sweeney? So, British, Irish, or French, or Swiss, maybe German, but she could pass as Slav to me, perhaps from the northwestern regions of Ukraine, perhaps Volhynia, or Ternopil, or someplace else nearby, like Poland or Czechia. What do y'all think? What the fuck is this? Just everywhere, what the fuck? Oh, there's people in the, gunshoots, eagle screech, gunshoots. What the fuck is this? Just assuming, I would assume, what American mix of various Northwest European. Oh my god. No. Decline, fuck you guys. So it's just, she's known as just an American. She is known as just a American. How fun! How fun!
Better.
Again, she never said that her genes were better. You are making
or
it
European.
up.
Now, when you think of the all-American girl, like the standard of like American beauty, you probably think blonde hair, blue eyes.
She is advertising a product. The product are jeans. Jeans are very similar in sound when pronouncing, like jeans as in biotech, as in biology, right? Yet, you do not see the correlation between that and just think Nazi, because that's the only thing you could throw at people when you disagreed with them. It is sad.
Is white girl, right? You're not supposed to think that way.
You're not supposed to think that way, guys. That's double plus ungood.
That's ingrained in you because of negative things that have been pushed on you by society.
When you think
like the identical reactions between you and everyone else around here, you're not ingrained with a certain outcome in your opinion?
Ingrained in you because of negative things that have been pushed on you by society.
When you think about the all-American woman, you should be thinking about an obese, transgender, disabled woman or something. What would be an acceptable vision of the American woman for this person? It's insane she's saying that we think Sydney Sweeney is hot because of negative things that have been pushed on us by society. No, bitch, we have eyes. And just because she is attractive does not mean you are also not attractive. Look at your
Yes.
full lips. That is a standard of beauty I'll never live up to, but that's okay. Because I have other things that are beautiful and unique about me, just like you have other things that are beautiful and unique about you. Regardless if Sydney Sweeney is held up as the American beauty standard. These are lessons your mother should have taught you, not a YouTuber. Sydney Sweeney's ad shows a cultural shift towards whiteness. Advertisements are always
Why
mirrors of
is it
society, and sometimes
whiteness?
what they reflect is ugly and startling.
Oh my
A white
god.
woman. Oh, the
Yes,
fucking
how
author is white.
scary.
I hate these people, man. Shut up. Shut up. It's one thing when it's like a non-white person talking about how white people suck.
Oh
It's like,
my
okay, you're
God.
just racist. But when it's a white person
white
talking about
woman.
white people suck, you need to be ground up into a pulp and fed to livestock. You would honestly be more useful that way. Ants are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Popular American culture is, indisputably, becoming more puritanical and more conservative. Puritanical? The focus of the
The
ad
fuck is that?
was her tits and ass. This is not at all a conservative.
It's actually the blue jeans on her skin that were covering up the tits and ass. You tried to look at the tits and saw the jeans jacket. You tried to look at her ass and there was the jeans. Let's fucking go. The ad worked.
Puritanical ad. Have you seen what the puritanical right thinks
Oh
of
my
Sydney
God.
Sweetie? They think she's a whore. Okay? They think she's a whore. The backlash has been swift
how
and fierce,
bad,
and some
how
of it,
terrible.
at least if you ask me, is fair. The internet has been quick to condemn the advertisement as non-inclusive at best. Non-inclusive?
Oh my
Why the
God.
f does
Fuck
everything have to be
off.
inclusive?
It doesn't. It doesn't have to be inclusive. The ad is strictly just to promote a product of a business, and that's it. It shouldn't be fucking inclusive. Holy fucking DEI. Fuck off, you piece of shit. I'm gonna start do the work. I'm gonna apply an email for DEI bullshit. This DEI shit. I'm gonna do the same shit Kirsche is doing and read paragraph for paragraph what the fuck they're doing. I'm gonna start doing that soon. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
It's a commercial with one fucking person in it. Sweeney excludes
Indeed.
a source of vintage sexiness that caters to the
It is a single person that excludes the rest of the world. How non-inclusive of you, you fucking whore. DI, how about you die? DI, I like how you die.
The male gaze. She embodies the near mythological girl next door beautiful but low maintenance sexy
Oh my God,
femininity
fuck
that
off.
dominated the media in the 1990s
Yeah.
and early 2000s. Oh wow, that sounds great. You're telling me that's fascism? Waiter, more fascism please. What the f? It's just so funny, like, the left is currently losing their mind about how, like, they need to get young men to vote for Democrats again, and here they are, like, blondes with big titties are fascism. Listen, the
How
alt-right pipeline
dare
does
you
not start
be
with the American Eagle
big-titted
ad.
blue
It starts with you. What are you
eyed
doing?
blonde.
This is not at all a
How dare you.
conservative far-right ad. It's just a
Bruh.
normal ad that would have ran like 15 years ago. But I guess that's what being far-right is nowadays. Being normal from 15 years ago. I love this random part of the article though. Young women are being radicalized through so-called clean skincare and healthy eating. So fascism is hot people eating healthy and having clean skin. Goebbels himself could not make better propaganda. Literally, as I am editing this video, the New York Times comes out with his opinion piece.
Oh, no.
Why the right is obsessed with thinness. I would really, really appreciate
Thin?
if people stopped equating
It's just don't be fucking fat.
health and beauty to fascism, because if health and beauty are fascism, what is unhealthiness and ugliness? Unfortunately,
Yes.
a big part of socially progressive ideology is dismantling hierarchies and norms and challenging what society sees as conventional, traditional, and beautiful. A really good example of this was those statues that were put up
Oh,
like
fuck
all over different
those.
cities of like a frumpy woman in leggings. And the artist says like the purpose of these was to like challenge conventional beauty standards. And it's like, imagine looking like one
This
of
is
these
just
women and then
unattractive,
hearing like, oh
objectively,
yeah,
sorry.
this was put up to challenge beauty. Like, What do you mean by that? Remember the whole body positivity
You're
movement like
healthy,
10 years
literally
ago? Remember
mustache
like
man.
all the fat influencers? Remember when every single ad was like this ad, for example? Calvin Klein's latest underwear campaign is breaking big boundaries. Big boundaries? Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean by that? While fashion
That's
is starting to
fatphobic.
seriously consider creating more inclusive environment for consumers, there is still a huge mountain to climb before it is truly considered diverse. Huge mountain? No, that's just mean. And that's why Calvin Klein, probably the most famous name associated with underwear, just launched a groundbreaking campaign. Groundbreaking?
Oh, man.
Come on now. The campaign is all about feeling free to express yourself, being uninhibited, and being provocative by challenging the norms we see on a regular basis. See? Challenging norms. It's all about challenging norms. This reminds me of that protein world controversy from 2015. Old heads will remember. I wrote an article about it for the Libertarian Republic. Wow, that was a long time ago. But anyway, a billboard with this ad for a protein powder supplement was put up and people lost their fucking minds. They vandalized it, they threatened to get a bunch of the employees fired, they threatened to go where the company was located with hammers, all because they committed the great crime of body shaming by daring to have a thin, attractive woman on their ad. This ad made other companies come out with their own like little virtue signaling things like passive aggressive, like everybody is ready. Like every fashion magazine, every beauty magazine was pumping this out the time, just fat, 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 fat. The rise of like Tess Holiday and the hashtag F your
Bro,
beauty
of course I
standards.
didn't see
Oh my
those
God,
fucking
you could
magazines.
not
Those were
escape
ugly.
this. Also,
Sorry,
suspiciously,
but
body
that's just
positivity
not
only seemed to
attractive.
mean obese women.
Yep.
But yes,
Yep,
everywhere
men,
you looked, it was
men should be fucking muscular, 6-pack, 6 feet high, 6 inches. Yup. You're only attractive if you have 666. The 6 figures a year, the 6 feet tall and 6 inches a dick. And if you don't have 2 dicks the size of 6 inches, you're just fucking, you're inbred. This is double standards or no standards. I know how to parry every liberal woman with that statue. Tell her that she looks like it every time. Every time, just if a woman says Lizzo is a 10 out of 10, just tell her you look exactly like her. You're both 10 out of 10s. And watch her have a fucking meltdown.
Was like fat, 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 and
Man.
everyone was like, yes, queen. Well, now we live in Ozempic world, and the fat acceptance movement seems to have died.
And run.
Like many of these fat influencers, unfortunately. And these same types of people are like crashing out about the Sydney Sweeney ad because they really do feel like all the work they have done to like socially engineer people's behavior and preferences has been just like destroyed overnight. Who would win? Decades of propaganda? One big booby girl. I wrote in the old article, I can't say I'm too surprised at the backlash towards this model's body. We are living in a world where instead of striving to better ourselves and live a healthy lifestyle, praising obesity and unattractiveness is becoming the norm. Well, shoe on head from 10 years ago, you will be happy to hear that it seems like it's no longer the norm. Because apparently not just American Eagle, but like Dunkin' Donuts and Arby's are using hot people in their ads again. Is the culture truly healing, or are we about to go into a deep financial recession? Questions we should be asking. Angry Reddit freaks also doxed Sydney looking through her
What the fuck?
voting records and found out she is a registered Republican. One of the
Oh no, how terrible. They don't have the same opinion as me. They should be cancelled, ostracized, and maybe even branded as a traitor to the nationality. I don't fucking know what these people are on about, what kind of drugs they had, but holy fucking schizo.
One of the most common things I saw about this were how, like, all the women getting mad about Sydney Sweeney were ugly, and I don't think that's true. There were some, like, pretty people in there. But it got onto this topic that I see all the time, and that is, why are liberal women so ugly? Leftists are ugly, conservatives are hot, which is not true, by the way. I was at January 6th, okay? But for the most part, stereotypes exist for a reason, right? Conservatives are, well,
some do, some don't. I'm gonna say from experience, Balkan stereotypes, most of them are true. Most of them are true, right? Let's be fucking honest here. Most of the Balkan stereotypes, absolutely true. The what your baba does at 7 a.m., absolutely fucking true. I speak from experience. The fucking grandma and shit, yep. Absolutely true. Most of it is fucking true. Oh no, her jeans are blue, but she votes red. How dare she?
Conservative with the way that they present themselves. They tend to follow norms and beauty standards, which is why, for example, the media called Hassan a, quote, progressive in a MAGA body. And how so many women
What the fuck? Huh? Okay.
dating apps nowadays are looking for a man who votes Democrat but looks like a Republican. Everyone is aware of the stereotypes. And with leftists, you know the stereotype, like the overweight, blue hair, nose ring. They're not all
God damn it.
ugly, of course, but many
No, but-
purposely make themselves look ugly.
I agree, which is fucking weird. I've talked about this once before. I had a genuine conversation with my sister where I said having armpit hair is disgusting and unhygienic, and she called me out saying, well, you have, and I just raised my arm, show her that it's fucking shaved a week ago, right? Because I usually would use a razor and make it real short, so I have to do it less. And I'm like calling her out, okay, now you raise yours, and she was shamefully raising it like, okay. Okay, you're not talking shit. But yeah. She changed since then, at least in that regard.
Because being ugly is saying F you to the man. Marcel Duchamp's
Man.
art piece, Fountain, which was literally just a urinal, was a F you to art institutions
What the
and
fuck?
classical ideas of beauty. Those
This is... I'm sorry, but this building is just straight up ugly. I hate it. Also, art is a scam. Art is a
ass
fucking
ugly
scam.
concrete block brutalist buildings are another example.
The fuck is this even? Who the fuck builds this? Who the fuck approved of this?
Brutalism emerged after World War II as a post-war modernist style, in part created as a F you to
Who the fuck approves this ugly shit stain?
the classical architecture celebrated by, drumroll, the Nazis.
Oh, that looks apocalyptic.
Now
Cool.
think of those concrete buildings and the urinal and apply it to broader society. Basically, the blue hair and nose ring is a F you to, well, Sydney Sweeney. Hitler existed, so now
Wow.
everything has to be fat and ugly. Sorry. I don't know why.
Hitler was not fat, so being fat is being not a Nazi. It is so fucking weird.
So many on the left want to give the concept of beauty and health to the right, but it is not a winning strategy. Listen, I just want everyone's basic needs met, alright? I don't want people
Wow! She's better than most people.
going in debt if they get into a car accident, or be homeless, or get sent to foreign wars. I didn't sign up for this stupid shit. It is funny.
Checkmate. It's funny how she wishes no ill will upon anyone, but everyone who hates her is like, go die, go bite the fucking grass, go bite a bullet, go bite lead, go drown in a fucking lake or some shit like this. Holy shit, holy
You know how
schizo.
like every time Sydney Sweeney is on camera, there's like a right-wing article like, woke is dead. Wokeness is no match for Sydney Sweeney's undeniable beauty. Are Sydney Sweeney's breasts double D harbingers of the death of woke? Was that girl right about conservatives being boob guys? She might have been right after
maybe.
all. Honestly, this doesn't really make sense because like the left are the ones
No.
trying to normalize porn and like OnlyFans culture and stuff like that. If anything,
Bro,
there's
I
too
hate
much boobs
OnlyFans.
everywhere. We need to calm down.
Yeah, we gotta calm down. I hate OnlyFans. I was so fucking devastated when I listened to Alana react to the recent Little T OnlyFans reveal thing where she made like like 500k in subs in like half an hour or shit like that, because people have been camping her coming of age ceremony, welcoming into fucking OnlyFans, like fucking weirdos. Those should all get investigated, by the way. It's fucking weird. That is blackpilling as fuck. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that shit was horrendous to listen to. Not because of the fat black guy's voice changer thing with a snow fox on it, but I'm kidding. I would say only one thing: rope. Man.
Down a bit. But when it comes to Sydney's like classical bombshell beauty, like I kind of get where they're coming from. Sydney Sweeney is a hot white woman who does not mind catering to the male gaze after we had a decade of hearing about how the male gaze is bad and toxic. A decade of hearing about how white people are bad and toxic. A decade of ugly, angry...
Oh, what the fuck is this?
Fat androgyny seeping its way into everything and anything. When people say Sydney Sweeney is anti-woke, I don't even think they mean politically. I think they just mean like Sydney Sweeney is like looking into a time portal back to 1992. A time when porn addiction wasn't such a big issue. Every woman didn't show her hole online for $5. Hookup apps didn't exist. It's like a bunch of millennials and zoomers are longing for a time they never experienced. But yes, this is a cultural shift, but not necessarily a conservative one. Just a return to like normalcy, a return to normal Americana consumerism. In 2065, conservatives are gonna be like posting people twerking like, return! These same TikTok freaks who are attacking Sydney Sweeney have been sounding the alarm about this cultural shift for some time now. And we see a bunch of celebrities embracing, like, looking normal and healthy again. Like, Demi Lovato is a perfect example of this. She was an obese, short hair, walking stereotype, crying about a frozen yogurt place, daring to sell sugar-free frozen yogurt.
I walked in, was so triggered that I left without froyo.
To now being skinny and healthy.
Who'd have thought? Let me guess, she's happier now too.
And married, and even making a TikTok dancing happily in that same frozen yogurt place.
The singer returning to the scene of the crime Wednesday, poking fun at herself on her social.
That's part of the-
Oh, poking fun at yourself. Wow, okay, that's a grown-up thing to do. Holy shit. Good for her, goddamn. Turned her life around.
The reason these people are freaking out and saying like fascist aesthetics, because they know the chokehold they have had on culture is losing its grip. Inshallah. Once Sam Smith
Inshallah, brother.
goes back to being normal, that's when I know the culture is healing. Thankfully, American Eagle did not bend the knee and did not apologize to the horde.
That
in
is
fact,
a
they
good
doubled down. Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes. Her genes, her story. Wait a minute. Her genes, her story.
H. How fucking dare they? Ah!
H. Uh-oh. Now, I can sit here and say the obvious, like, these corporations just want to pander to you, they just want to sell you like, yeah, obviously. But have you considered, it's good when corporation pander to me, personally? I just realized so much of American political discourse is, like, around f***ing corporations and ads. The Gillette commercial, Bud Light, Protein World. There are so many examples. Like, it's just crazy how so much of our politics revolves around consuming things. I will buy blue team product. I will buy red team product.
No, I just want good product. X-Files theme. Bro, tap, tan. Man, I just want good products. I want good games to come back. I want optimized games. Optimization, please come back. Please bring out games that work with the hardware we have. Please don't make me upgrade from my $3,000 PC to a $4,000 PC just so I can play a game without it breaking down, crying, and the makeup running down. Fucking mold Pippa style. Please. Please.
Bleak. In conclusion, we are tired of ugly. There's hot people in ads again.
Man.
The white woman is back, baby. Let's go. 500 trillion more to Israel. Nobody can afford a fucking house. World is run by pedophiles, but woke is dead, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. So if you like this video, please subscribe and maybe donate to me on Patreon. Link down below. All Patreon members get the uncensored version of every single video a day early.
Uncensored?
So you get to hear all the
What?
fucks and shits uncensored.
Oh.
If you can't or don't want to do that, there's also a little tip jar down below. You can leave a little tip and I will give it a little heart. It helps the channel out and I appreciate it so much. Also, big shout out to Holtzkern again
I can't
for
make a
sponsoring
heart,
this
but I
video.
just
Check
did in
them
real
out.
life.
Link down below. And I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye.
Sydney Sweeney, a registered Republican, has the hottest ad out there.
I cannot do a Trump impression to save my life. Okay.
All right, hold on. I want to do the Trump impression.
Sydney Sweeney,
a registered Republican, has the hottest ad out there. It's for American Eagle, and the jeans are flying off the shelves. Go get 'em, Sydney. On the other side of the ledger, Jaguar did a stupid and seriously woke advertisement that is a disaster. The CEO just resigned. The company is in turmoil. Shouldn't they have learned the lesson from Bud Light, which was woke and essentially destroyed in our short but very woke campaign? The company, the market cap destruction has been unprecedented. Billions of dollars lost. Or just look at woke singer Taylor Swift. Ever since I alerted the world as to what she was by saying on Truth, I can't stand her. I never could stand her. This Donald Trump post was tremendous. It was one of the best posts. Hell yeah! The Jaguar are 85% down, if I remember correctly. Holy down! Anyway, this was Shoe on Head. It was a beautiful video. Holy time. It was a lot to go through, but it was so much fun. Please leave her a like, subscribe, maybe even a tip, I don't know. Leave a like and subscribe on my channel as well. Bye-bye. Clap. Just had to do an outro for YouTube. You know how it is, right? So I don't have to re-record it on my editing software. I hate doing that. I feel so awkward talking to nobody. I mean, I've been doing it for months now, but you know. I know what meme video I'm making later. Oh no! No! I just gave him... Oh, Link? Yeah, you're right. Link. Thank you, I almost forgot. Well, I did forget. Technically, but let's stay technically. Oh man, this was so much fun to see. Her outro is so fucking catchy. It's so fucking catchy. Yes. What is this? Notifications. Oh, hell yeah. Nice. But can I find some more shit? Because I've gone through everything I wanted to talk about today. But I don't want to like just stop right now. I want to get to the 9 p.m. hour mark at least. Okay, no. What is this? What the fuck?
Nope, that's just stupid. Nope. My god. Your government hates you, UK. It really, really hates you and thinks you are dumb. He was dumped in a harbor for less. Take inspiration from America, but also your farmers. Hold on. Peacefully protest with cow manure. At least that's what I would try to organize. Raise a big stink. Call an immediate general election. We want an immediate general election to be held. We think the majority need and want change. Sign this petition. Parliament will consider this for a debate. Parliament considers all petitions that get more than 100,000 signatures for a debate. Government responded. This government was elected on a mandate of change at the July 2024 general election. Our full focus is on fixing the foundations, rebuilding Britain and restoring public confidence in government. The Prime Minister can call a general election at a time of their choosing by requesting a dissolution of Parliament from the sovereign within the 5-year life of a Parliament. The government was elected by the British people on a mandate of change at the July... of July 2024 general election. This government is fixing the foundations and delivering change with investment and reform to deliver growth, with more jobs, more money in people's pockets to rebuild Britain and get the NHS back on its feet. This will be built on the strong foundation of a stable economy, national security, and secure borders as we put politics back in the service of working people. On entering office, a 22 pound billion black hole was identified in the nation's finances. We inherited unprecedented challenges with crumbling public services and crippled public finances, but will deliver a decade of national renewal through our 5 missions: economic growth, fixing the NHS, safer streets, making Britain a clean energy superpower, and opportunity for all. This is what was promised and is what we are delivering. The government's first budget freed up tens of billions of pounds to invest in Britain's future while locking in stability, preventing devastating austerity in our public services, and protecting working people's pay slips. Mission-led government rejects the sticking plaster solution of the past and unites public and private... there we go. Plaster solutions of the past and unites public and private sectors, national devolved and local government, businesses and unions, and at the whole of civil society in a shared purpose. The government will continue to deliver the manifesto of change that it was elected on. Cabinet Office. December 5th, 2025. Today is the 13th of August. And what Britain is, what state Britain is right now is the furthest thing from what this is saying. I'm getting out as soon as possible. Please do, it's not safe there. God damn. Man. I don't know how to feel about the UK leaving the UK, right? The people in the United Kingdom leaving the United Kingdom because they get, like, invaded. I feel like they should be, closing the borders first and foremost, clean up, and definitely fight back, right? They should take back their own country and not just flee. Because if we keep fleeing, we will not have a place to flee to. Fight back if you can, indeed. Stand with farmers. That's actually correct, yeah. Tea was dumped in a harbor over less sure, but Americans also crossed a frozen river on Christmas to do mean things to British troops. That's true, the UK government hates us. If I had the money to leave, I would. But next general election can't come soon enough, so that clueless dinosaur Starmer can head back to the unemployment line. Probably not. He'll probably stay somewhat in politics. I might be wrong, but I don't think that Britain is over yet. No, it's not. They still have chances to fight back. They're not overwhelmed yet. Yes, the streets are unsafe and shit. They can't really do anything, but they still have working politics, not in their favor, but if they make the right decision, they can take back their country. For sure. I'm honestly surprised UK politicians even feel comfortable being in public. I agree. That's fucking weird. Restoring public confidence in the government as they actively destroy it further. Yes. If they can, they should. Yup. So many words just to mean tough luck, mate. If the people really think UK government will hold elections or limit their own power, they are stupid. They have to right now. The ID shit to just censor people and the getting in legal trouble for posting on social media or just reposting something is crazy. Glad I don't live in UK. UK government is going way too far and they should be stopped. Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. Almost word for word, the same response as the January petition. They don't give a shit. They do not. That's a wild response. It's a politely worded dismissal. Yep. Wish I could afford to just leave. It's game over for me. No! You gotta get involved in the politics, even if you don't want to. Even if you just want to grill. Because you want to grill. I want to grill too, right? I just want to chill at home. But I can't because I'm being forced through my escapism being taken away. Through, you know, through various things. I'm getting fucked over and I have to get involved. It is so fucking stupid. I don't want to, but I have to. And now I am. And I'm gonna, in the future, probably get called Nazi. Stamp of honor. UK people fucking rise up and fight for your freedom. Your inability to act is literally going to affect the entire world negativity. You have the power, show them, band together and fight for it at the streets. Do it. Just fucking do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Just do it. Remember, you might not be in politics, but for politics, you are a little girl, if you know what I mean. Oh my god. Oh my god. God damn. Fuck. Is this a Joe Biden joke? Oh my god. Please don't sniff my hair. Yeah, this is just... I see lots of blackpilling, but also people trying to fight back, so it's good. It's good. Nice profile picture, by the way. God damn! Okay! Okay, buddy! Alright. Yeah, no. God damn. It's... Damn. Yeah, I think this is a very good moment to stop. Madam Savvy. Oh no, I'm already following. I don't want to subscribe. Sorry. Yeah. Madam Savvy, absolutely cool woman. Based, has cool opinions. Provides proof and stuff like that. Very nice to see every time. I should get more into her videos, honestly. Yeah. What is that? That looks pretty cool. But yeah, no. Who do we rate today? No one's online of the people I usually rate, so you know. Who do we rate today? There's a whole lot of VTubers, goddamn. Excuse me. Goddamn. Tenma? Tenma? Search. Tenma. Do I not follow her yet? I don't. Oh, what a sin. Oh my god. How could I not follow Tenma? How absolutely audacious. Oh my god. Thanks. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for watching. Goomba! You know, I enjoyed learning about history with you guys and watching the Shoenhead video. It was so much fun. The Shoenhead videos are always a blast to watch. But anyway, I wish everyone a good morning, good day, good evening, good night, sweet dreams, and goodbye. Bye-bye.